I would just like to tell us, beyond the looking around, beyond just attending and taking pictures, make sure you go home with something that is going to drive you all through the year. It can't be more than one or two, no matter how much we talk today. But make sure you go home with an item. The act of letting go. Practically everybody in this hall has something to let go of. You can let go of unforgiveness that is hampering something inside of you, most times undiscussed. You can let go of the many associations that have not benefited you morally. Probably it has benefited you in the other side of life. I think we should also let go of the many grievances, trolls, tantrums, sarcasm and aggression that has eaten deep into the common African voice. And that is why if you come into spaces like the social media or Facebook, you find a vast number of persons trolling instead of commenting. Do you belong to that group? People prefer to taunt. People prefer to hit back. People prefer to be negative and vulgar than to grow. So, today it's a deliberate move to let us know that we can let go of the too many things we've held on to, giving ourselves perfect reasons why we can stop and get stuck there. There's somebody you need to let go of in your heart. There's a relationship you need to let go to let another relationship start. There's somebody right now, no matter how close and influenced you are by the person, you need to let go. There's a certain circle, association, relationship. In fact, there are some of us right now that need to let go of social media from now till December to make a difference. Can you do that? But do you believe, at least the response now shows you are listening, right? Do you believe that close to 65% of your output is being eaten up by social media, except you're making money there? So I wouldn't let it go. Or don't we want to grow? So aside from the human side, right? Aside from seeing people, seeing pictures, and letting things, slide, what of your side that is being denied of growth because you refuse to let go of a certain habit, of a certain attitude, of a certain character?
So we have questions. I read through it and I'm like, okay, this is serious. The first one is, let me start with the second one. What's something you had to let go of that changed your life?
Alright, so to be very honest with you, I defined my path very early in life. At the age of 12, I already aligned and streamlined the kind of things I wanted in life. I let go of a lot of unnecessary baggages, like friends. Let me cite an example in my life. As much as I'm fascinated with interaction, communication, and media, sometimes I shut off WhatsApp and Facebook for a month. You have to.
Let you do your business.
For the ones who are not doing their businesses, because we are all not doing businesses, there are people that need to start from stage one. Your stage one is sitting back, retrospecting, introspecting, forge a new front and start. Some of us have not even started anything yet. Time is not waiting. The interesting thing about not letting go of the baggages that have held you to the ground is that as you're delaying yourself, time is saying, catch me up when you want, but I'm never going to wait for you. So for every second that drills by the day and spends itself, you can never retrieve it. So the only way you should act to grab the time that you've lost is to go and stand and wait for time. How do you stand and wait for time? Itemize what you're pursuing and take it one step at a time. Okay. Don't be competitive, right? We're coming there.
You've not, we don't,
Yes,
you're only political. You're not political. You
No,
not all of the one thing.
Associations.
Okay.
The certain friendships I had to let go.
Okay.
Because they were really drilling me. I would see myself, the person will come to my house. In order to, compensate the friendship, you go to the person's house. The person will come to your event. In order to compensate, you go to the person's event. Trying to keep up so that somebody will not say, Ibeh. The truth is that if you will let go and grow, you can measure a whole lot of people.
Our second question. Why is letting go often harder than holding on?
Oh yes, it is. So most of us have delved neck deep into love activities. And you say, I'm in love with the guy is in love with me. You eventually discover that you've been playing hanky-panky, trying to waste your whole time with someone who never truly was in love with you. And because you've tagged it love, you find yourself suffering to let go of a guy you've discovered is wasting your time. The ladies, for example, this guy has given you all the red flags that I'm just playing out my time with you. And you're still on your phone waiting for his call, waiting for his message. To even pack out of his house, you're giving yourself time. He will come around, I know. He will come around, and you keep spending time. So people always conform and confine to waiting for the person to change instead of taking a decision. So what we suffer from is the ability to take that absolute decision and stop waiting for the person to change. Now, in that decision, it doesn't mean to build a negative. It means that you need to move with your clock. Any relationship, association, or job you will delve into now that does not align the priorities and what they want to discover with you and them, please move your clock forward. When we talk, it's beautiful, it's easy. But why we are here is that it is not easy, but you can be guided. So it's not easy to let go, but you need to let go because you need to grow. If there are people you admire today, if there are people who are standing on the mountains of success, if there are people who are breaking the borders and shattering the glass ceilings, then you can also be somebody and more. So do you think that being dormant and redundant in a place will make you let go? So you have to cry. There are some let goes. Maybe my PA will tell you people, last month's pay, there was something I let go that was very heavy, that I gave to God. They saw me crying. She was patting me, my sister was patting me, they were shouting and can't. But I had to let it go because I wanted to have a move forward. When I tell you this big, it was a huge sum of money. But I had to let it go, and I was letting go. I was shedding these hot tears.
Okay. So the next question is, how can someone distinguish between giving up and letting go?
Oh, right, beautiful. The disparity is that clearly, but what we don't differentiate is the moments. Giving up is a senior brother to primary depression. Letting go is decision. Most times, you don't give up decisively. You give up because you've thrown in your towel to be driven by the moment and your feelings, your emotions. But you let go decisively. That's the differentiation. That's the distinction in these two You allow the moment to ride you in, and then you're driven with emotions. You see yourself saying, Ike Abuko. A lot of us here must have said Ike Abuko in one thing or the other. The truth is that the flip side of Ike Abuko is a new page to start afresh. Unless you're dead, there's ample time to make a difference.
Should we go on? Okay. Our next question is, what role does forgiveness play in letting go, in the letting go process?
Oh my God. I don't think I've seen anything as beautiful as forgiveness after love. There's this big stone. All of us carry when we have very cogent, reasonable reasons to carry it, to carry on forgiveness. But I tell you that the moment you let go of that weight, it's as if one big mountain left your body. I don't know if anybody have experienced it. There's this solemn peace that comes, and that's where you understand spirituality. Whether you know God or you don't know God, anytime you let go of a body, there's this freshness, there's this feeling of, where is the new breeze coming from? But if you are driven with unforgiveness, I bet you that as soon as a person walks into this hall, the only person you will be watching his leg, his body language, her hair color, and her everything is the person you are angry with, the person you need to forgive. It's a lot of weight. You're measuring their color, you're measuring the way they spoke, you're checking their body language, you're watching the people who is talking to them, you're watching the people who should not talk to them, you're wondering who invited her to this program. You're going through series of things while other people are going through series of better things. It's a whole lot of water. So forgiveness is beautiful. I tell people a lot of times when we talk about forgiveness, it's easy. Easy spoken, right? But to practice it, it's one of the hardest things. But I promise you that you may give me a call back to say, I just let go of somebody in my heart and I have freedom now. Please.
All right. I want to freestyle.
Okay.
Enough of the big parts. So there are some times in our lives that whether money, whether relationship, whether friendship, letting go is very hard. Especially money. Right? They say discipline is when you do something when you're doing something in the dark when nobody can see, right? How do we, sometimes, let me put it out there, sometimes people say, I heard a voice in my mind. Some of us that are Christians will say the Holy Spirit said, right? What if you are seeing something visibly? Let's just say money, because it's a common denomination. Everybody wants money, right? What if, let's say, someone is giving you a huge amount of money, and then the spirit inside of you, let's not define the spirit, is saying you shouldn't take, but you need the money, you need rent, you need, how can you do that? Because that's our reality, is it not? Sometimes we face that. Is it our reality or not? Yes. So how do we go about that?
Alright, so I used to say it, until you've passed the money test, you've not passed any tests, right? It's one of the greatest tests to pass in life, because the average African man is culpable to falling victim of money tests. But I tell you that there are people who have proven that they have the money integrity. I have been made offers that blew me off track. And at the moment I remembered, one, in the widows, school, my family, changed my car. And that particular amount of money would have done all this. So I said, okay, don't worry. Let me go back and think about it. And when I went home, I weighed it on the scale. I told myself, the initial one you did, that you wanted to do with all your honesty and integrity, took you to another level. Don't be quick to accept this one, even when you read it. And you can easily say, to hell with what everybody thinks. I will be the spender and I will enjoy it. But the money integrity is one of the second best integrities after the character integrity. So if you're able to pass the money test, you should be given a number. The average African man does not even think sensibly when he has money.
Is it true?
All of us. I'm not talking about 100,000, I'm talking about money. You don't understand what people talk. You don't see money before. I'm talking about money. Money, when they say they mention the money, you said they don't say, this is money. No, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about money. So, we must grow. And again, in the money test, you will be accused. So that I start preparing some of us who are IFIS. If you're in the public and you're dealing with money, you will be accused. You are the only person that needs to be sure that what you're being accused of, you're not guilty of it. Be transparent enough to keep your documentation. Because the time will come, they will call up history in the round table. You should be able to defend yourself because there will always be people who will set traps for you because you are freezing. Take it or hate it. Once you rise, there are people who will devote themselves for your trouble. True of us? Hey, there's a place you get to in life. Some people will map out themselves as the disciples of trouble to help you swim through the tide. But do I tell you the beautiful thing about those people? They are the best gifts God ever gives to anybody because they will make you so self-aware and so careful that you will grow more than where you used to be. Actually, praise singers don't make us grow. Praise singers make us redundant, complacent.
Do you guys know what praise singers are?
But you see criticizers, they'll keep you on your toe. Pray that you grow to the point where people start criticizing you. Me and Jonathan see me here, I'll be public news. Who knows? That is it. I'll be public news because they will push you. And even check the way you talk. So your ability to let go is also connected to how you use words. Both the inside and in the public. I was coming to that. You know, one of the greatest assets of a person is communication. Once your communication becomes faulty, you will never be subscribed to. If you want to break boundaries and ties, own communication. Excellent communication. In on a Facebook, somebody now calling you. If you you're finished. Because how we will reconverge and make the world a smaller space of peace. But now, shock the living daylight out of the person and tell them I love you. In a public, now say I love you. You will grapple with holding your body and your body. And after 2 minutes, you will never go back to your ear. But I noticed that true of us. So act of letting go is letting go of toxicity, negativity, pessimism, hatred, unforgiveness, poor association of people who are vulgaric and unnecessary. There are too many unnecessary associations that have been eating up our time. Define yourself, define your words, define your time. Be deliberate about who you do things with. It's not credible enough for the person to answer your friend. And when you say mentor, let somebody not mentor you because you see the person outside of the political space. Go and look at the person's pedigree and the person's qualities. People must learn to stand the test of time. asị na ịbụ mmadụ bụrụ mmadụ. Ọ bụrụ na ịbụ onye aka ga-azụ azụ bụrụ onye a na-azụ azụ. So for us who are mentees, we deliberate about the people you call mentors. Everybody should not mentor you. That somebody is vastly rich, living in opulence, enjoying connections, also does not make the person a mentor. What are the contents of a mentor? The act of letting go. What do you need to let go of?
Thank you so much, Mama. All right, let's just have just 3 questions because the list is long. We started with this one. We are building momentum. You know, this one is calm. Nobody's crying. Nobody's shouting. Nobody's cringing. We are building momentum. Get there. So, just 3. All right. The first 3 should stand up.
Okay, please, if you have questions, just come forward. So sorry, 3 persons. Just come forward very quickly. So if somebody else asks what you wanted to ask, please just go back to your seat and wait together very quickly. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Please, Mommy, you talk about letting go. So what I'm saying that as an upcoming artist that is doing music, and you have a good song, and you have been pushing it, no one is there to support you, and your song is good, will you give up on a career? Like, I made a song titled "Get a Piano for My Community," and the song is fantastic, but nobody is supporting. Should I give up or should I let it go? It's a request.
Okay, do the counts. Calm down.
So my question is on forgiveness. So that we forgive the dead one. And there is formula saying that forgive and forget. So I want to understand this concept. Does it mean that when you forgive someone and often that when you see the person, you remember that act? Does it mean that you haven't fully forgiven the person?
Okay, Mom, did you understand the last question?
Mommy, thank you very much. My question is, when you're talking about this lecture, you said you started letting things go when you were 12. And you explained that some of us have to let some of these things go, especially, not especially, some of the things we should let go is this social media. And the first speaker also talked about time management. So this social media, especially Facebook and some of them that are paying now, is very difficult for us to manage that time. Do we have to let it go? And then you were 12, and this social media, some of them came up. I know there is time they used to use to go and all of that. But now, Facebook, Instagram, and what have you have taken over. I don't know if during that time you were using Facebook or WhatsApp. Thank you very much.
All right, so let's start with Ngele Piano. So I'll help you. Who appraised the song?
Who vetted the song?
Who vetted your song? Who said, were you in Afia TV or radio? Who said Ngele Piano's song is fantastic?
Did your friends say
your friends or family? In your school, they said it was okay. So people don't let go of their gifts. There's nothing negative about your gift. I think what you need to operate in is timing and proper evaluation. Go to people who have made it in music. Submit under them, no matter how little they are. Stop looking for flavor and feeling. Go to Odogu. Where is Odogu? Odogu, do you know that our MC is a good musician? Go to Odogu, he did music before you. Yes. Tell him to criticize this constructively and calm down. step is perfect, it's okay. No. You don't appraise your work by yourself. If you do that, often them want to see other enjoy.
Yes. I want to come in. You know why I want to come in? I don't know if anybody knows this, but you know I used to be an artist. Okay. I used to be an artist. Nannyboy too used to be an artist. So let me tell you something. Where you start getting frustrated is when you depend solely on your gift. You see, what I'm going to speak about is the beauty of process. I didn't know that I would still find my way back around microphone. Alright? When I was in school, I was doing music, but I was schooling, so I wasn't frustrated. During my break time or when I'm free, I go to the studio, I go to Nannyboy's studio. But I was in school, so I wasn't frustrated. But when it was time for the real world, I went to look for my life. I went to look for money. Because I'll tell you the truth, it is hard. Music, you might be talented, and let me tell you think, I'm sorry, Davido's fan. You know Davido is not the most talented guy? Yeah. But he has the money to push. Yeah. Music is expensive, I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright? If you don't want to be frustrated, go and get a job. In your free time, go to studio. You hear me?
Alright, so the second person. Are we together? The second person spoke about forgive and forget. Okay, let me simplify it. You don't forget that you forgave somebody because you didn't remove your brain. And the brain is smart and a reminder, right? What you need to find after you've forgiven somebody is peace. You notice that your fourth line, it's no longer nada. Fail. Don't prosper. Stay there. God punish you. You notice that you freed this person. You know, the mindset is a broad bank. I hope you understand. So it's filled with thoughts that could not even be heard by the second person around you. You will know you have truly forgiven when your thought is clear about the person. But if you forget it, you didn't scrape off your brain. There's no way you will forget. Find peace. If you have not found peace in that forgiveness and your thought line has not been clear in programming, open a reboot today. It's going to need reboots. Not because you need to do this, but because you've cleaned up in a reprisal attack. Even a man was so good with now, man, right? But you notice you've forgiven when you stop wishing for things to happen to that person in a reprisal attack because you were really hot. And you know what? The people who hurt us are not as hot as we are. These people are perfect in spoiling the world. Take it or leave it. Some people are instruments of destruction. Carve your heart in a way that if they hurt you, you will not be suffering more, and they will be basking in wealth and growing. Do you know that they are even faster in growing? Yes. That's your money. Hey, they have speed though. And you'll be wondering, I'm into charity, I'm good, I'm kind, I associate with people, I accommodate. Why am I stuck here? You're not stuck. When your time comes, the world will bow. Yes. The world will bow for you. Because there's nobody that plants mango and collects corn. Okay.
Is that the third question? Are you on the third question?
No, this is the second. Okay. So
the
third. So uncle, maybe you disabused the concepts. I said from 12, I started making decisions. Then, as a grown-up, there are times when I will leave social media for some time. You can't leave social media because it's communication. As some of us need to leave social media for some time to be able to do what? Take some decision. Do you even know that there's something happening with us that is RAS now? Once the battery of your phone runs down, it's as if you're running mad. social. Are you with me? Are you with me? We were in existence before phone. Were we in existence before phone? How come we were not so bottled up with stress those days, and we are not bottled up with tension because of phone right now? Something is wrong. It's because you're giving more time, concentration to distractions. So social media is beautiful, it's good, but if you notice that you're not moving, you're not growing, and you're giving more time to social media, you need to retract.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And did we get something out of it? Please, let's give her a round of applause.
A round of applause for Mama, please. Thank you so much, Mama.
Please, let's take a picture.
Very quickly.
She might be the next president, governor.
A round of applause for her one more time, please. Thank you so much.